Welcome in. I am the Crypto Bull God, and this is all in the charts. If you appreciate the content like Oof does, let's fucking go. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button. Drop me a comment. Click that bell icon for all notifications to know when I go live each and every single weekday on the YouTubes. You can find me on Twitter. You can find me on Instagram doing some gym shit. You can find me on YouTube, obviously, as well as TradingView. Yes, I have an account on TradingView that I haven't really posted any charts on. It's one word. It's Crypto Bull God. I am in a fantastic mood today. I'm in a fantastic mood. Now, I was not counting on having a drink this evening, but I am in a very good mood right now. Very good mood. You know, this year, for those who tuned into my Thursday live stream when I came back to share what was going on with me, I shared in that live stream that the year was starting off with a bang. That all these health complications that I ran into, all these post-surgical complications that I ran into, it all cleared up New Year's Day. Like New Year's Day, January 1st, 2024 was the day I knew my neck was going to be okay and I could get that fucking tube catheter out of my neck and I could resume life like normal, right? That's how the year started off. And I'm not there yet, but I really feel convinced today that there are some winds of change coming my way. Some really, really positive developments in my personal life that I am going to be very anxious to share with you when I have the opportunity. Believe me. But I'm feeling very positive today based on a phone call that I had. I'm feeling good and I'm feeling positive and I feel optimistic. And today is also my Friday. I took tomorrow off. I don't have any exciting plans. But I just want to get a few things done, spend some of the time relaxing, may go to the beach again. Why not? But really Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, to be quite honest, you guys know that on Wednesday, I was able to work an earlier shift, kind of get out of work early. I did 2 live streams. I think yesterday really threw people off. I noticed the All in the Charts live stream yesterday for the monthly close did not get a lot of views, and I think there's 2 reasons for that. One, people were a little confused. I went live earlier than normal, but around the same time as All in the Charts that I did the CBG podcast. I think people thought that was it for the day. And then on top of it, I also live streamed at an irregular time at around 7:15 Eastern Standard Time yesterday. So I think that threw people off, but I noticed the views weren't really about half as much yesterday on All in the Charts as they typically are. So hopefully everybody is in. Drop me a comment like Oof if you are here. Good to see you, Oof. Today it's all about you. But anyway, so I was out Wednesday. So I going out Wednesday, going out maybe tomorrow for a little bit. But I really wanted to dedicate a lot of time these next couple days, kind of actually zeroing in on some content for my channel, strategizing there a little bit. I have a few other personal things to take care of, but for the most part, I'm actually going to be trying to focus on my content. And also some people I need to get back to on just from a collaboration standpoint. So that's what I plan on doing these next 3 days. But, tomorrow, by the way, if I do not go live tomorrow for All in the Charts, I will be back on Sunday. So it's kind of up in the air. I don't know if I'll be on tomorrow or Sunday. It'll be kind of one or the other. But, we do have to talk about immediate price action kind of coming in here. I know everybody is hell-bent on the low 30s, maybe mid-30s, low 30s. Everybody's hell-bent. You know my positioning on that. I've stated it. We'll kind of take a look at the charts. And then we're going to get into your TA questions. So this is the portion of the show during the week where it's all about you. Drop me a comment, anything you'd like to chart. We're going to be starting off with Jasmine. I had tweeted about it yesterday. Hank dropped that question in the live stream. Earlier yesterday, I said, come back to the channel and ask me about it. Well, I actually know Hank, and I was thinking about it this morning. Jay Kim, welcome in. I was thinking about it this morning, and I was like, Jasmine, I've never charted that one before. So, pulled up the chart, lo and behold, Hanky pulled out a good one there. Good enough that I took a position. So, we're going to get into that chart. Track, welcome in. Guys, let's get into the immediate price action on Bitcoin. Bitcoin right now is having a pretty nice day. If we look at the daily, we're getting a candlestick that looks like it's trying to close back above this 50 simple moving average. But focusing in on the 12, you can see we have some descending resistance here that is being met. Okay, I want to see us push above here. Until we get above that descending resistance here, I think this is just a small little move that's going to result. I told you this before, guys. I think we're going to consolidate going in. It's just my best educated guess. I think we're going to do a little bit of sideways consolidation here. My view is that everyone is waiting for that $32,000, $35,000, $30,000 area to get hit. I saw some really nice thumbnails today appear on my YouTube main homepage. You know the individuals by now, right? I don't need to call them out. You know the people that have been doom and gloomers. We got the dude with all the guy who what the hell's his name? The one guy that when you listen to him, it's like watching paint dry. I have nothing against him personally. He just sounds boring as hell. The guy that called for a DeFi collapse many months ago, I'm sure he's out there spelling doom and gloom. You got the guy with the little rat ponytail back there. That guy's calling for doom and gloom. And then we got DataDash. If you want to go into a depressive state, I'm sure, just go to DataDash's channel. I haven't been there in months, but go check it out. I'm sure the thumbnails look fantastic. I'm sure the corrections are being called for right now. The stock market's going to roll over. We've had a double top in the markets. There's going to be drastic pain ahead. Bitcoin has actually retraced to a specific Fibonacci level. And so now it's just going to roll over and we're going to 5,000. I'm sure those calls are out there, guys. Not on this channel. Now, one of the things, if you've been here for a while, if you go to my Twitter account, I told you, beyond if you're keeping in tune with the channel here, and, I'm going to put out that video that's going to signal to me, at least when I believe that Bitcoin has topped. I'll keep you guys, if you're here on this channel, I'll keep you updated every single day in terms of if I feel that the market is topping. The other thing I will be doing is I will be transparent. If I'm beginning to sell portions of my position, I'm going to be indicating that, okay? But one of the other things I said, just for those people who, for whatever reason, follow me on Twitter and for some reason don't follow me on YouTube, I can't understand that. If you look at my name here is Crypto Bull God, and the BULL is in all capital letters. When I believe we're entering a true bear market and we're going to see a devastating correction, this is going to be uncapitalized. Okay, I'm going to uncapitalize the bull. I'm still a bull, just not as bullish in the intermediate time frames. So, anywho, what I do think is going to happen kind of going into the week here is we're going to get a little bit of this and some bearish calls, and then eventually we're just going to start breaking out of it. That is my ultimate view, right? So this golden zone is the main zone. I actually identified, the bottom of this zone is at 37,900 approximately. I was looking a little bit closer at the chart, and I saw the argument. I think it was around 37.3 or 37.2, somewhere around there, 37.3. I could see us going as low as 37.3, but I really don't see us going lower than that area. Now, keep in mind, you could get a volatility wick that comes down here, but ultimately, candle bodies, I don't see them closing outside of this box. I'll be surprised. I will be surprised if we start to break down and we start to do something like this. If we do something like this, I would be very surprised. I would be. And it is a possibility. By the way, thumbs up. If you're not giving me a thumbs up, Kathleen, you have not been here to be the enforcer. What is going on there? I need you to be the enforcer in the live stream to help out CBG getting a little bit of engagement here. For some reason, people just can't take their finger and hit thumbs up. It helps me out. Spreads that content out. Gets it out there. But anywho, there are a whole host of probabilities. I just do not believe that's the highest probability scenario, right? So we just got to be patient. Market's looking pretty good. I have a decently sized position in AOs, or however the hell you pronounce it. You can see here we're still in this bull pennant. Guys, for those of you who are getting a little, worried about Caspa. Caspa's another one that's been in this massive bull pennant, and we're just awaiting confirmation for this thing to break out. This is the formation that weeds out the people that don't know what they're looking at. All the meanwhile, I'm salivating. In fact, what I've been thinking to myself this past week or so, is that some of these swing trade plays that I've set up for myself, based on the timing of how some of these pan out, I'm hopeful that I'll be able to scale out of some of those swing trade plays, and I plan on putting, if we're around current price levels, I'm planning on putting some profits into Caspa. Every time I think I'm done accumulating more Caspa, I just end up accumulating more. So that's my view on that. But did want to get into Black Oil is in the house again with another super chat, my friend. Thank you so much. Antonio, good to see you in here. Juan, good to see you. Ra, good to see you. Really appreciate the engagement, guys. Always good to see the regulars showing up, Adjusted the camera lighting. I'm not sure if I look like Orange Man or if I look less pale. I've noticed in the videos I look pale, which I am not pale in person. So didn't know what was going on there. Didn't want to go for the orange effect. Didn't want to look like the Orange Man, but as he's called. We got all the regulars in the live stream, which is always great to see. Antonio, yeah, I don't think 12,000 BTC by April. I'm thinking more like 5,000. Let's go for 5,000 BTC. I'm going to put all my buy limit orders in at $5,000. Matthew is new. Matthew is new to the live stream. Could you chart Shapeshift Fox token? What's the tipper? What is the ticker symbol on that, my friend? I am familiar with the project somewhat, but I forget the ticker symbol. Guys, I'm going to get into your questions in a moment here. Looks like there's a few coming in, but I wanted to get to Jasmine. I promised Hank that this would be the first one we would take a look at. So let me tell you why this is such an attractive opportunity, okay? Stay with me here because there's a couple different points that I wanted to make with this chart. Let's get off the moving averages. Now, first off, we've had this massive ride down in price, right? Since then, what's been happening is price is just sort of consolidating in here, right? The other thing that you should notice if you're very accustomed to charting, especially this market, you know what to look for in this situation. Anybody want to take a guess? Bullish divergence on the RSI. So if we pull up the RSI, look at this beautiful divergence. We can look at this on multiple time frames. You can clearly see the RSI rising on the weekly. You can see it on the 3-day. You could, I didn't even look at this on the 5-day. I'm sure you can see it on the 5-day. Hell yeah, you can see it on the 5-day. Dear God, there's major bullish divergence on the 5-day. So this was the first thing that I saw and said, yeah, I'm going to take a nibble at this. This is looking good. But then I also I thought to myself, okay, CBG, now you know that you've seen similar patterns play out in other charts. You currently, as a matter of fact, have a swing trade play in AOs, okay? Well, if we examine AOs, now this is on a 2-day chart, and we go back to Jasmine on a 2-day chart. Very interesting, very interesting. Let's take a look at this. A bit of bullish divergence there, would you not say? Yeah, we went under here, but the whole point is, as the RSI is increasing, price is going down, right? The other thing that's interesting about this formation is, if you look at AOS, is this pattern not similar? We went down, sharp rise up, went down, little bump up, kind of rounding here. if we go back to Jasmy, we had a sharp decline in price, rode up, kind of came down here, rode up a little bit in here, kind of came down, up. Now we're sort of getting this rounding formation again, okay? Now, I'm not telling you, pay particular attention to what I'm saying. I'm not telling you that Jasmy will have the same move that AOS did. But I am pointing out a similarity between the charts. Because again, if you are a nerd like me, if you love charting, like if this is like what you do as a hobby, okay? And you also envision it being something career-wise that you want to do. But no, seriously, if you enjoy charting and you've charted enough crypto charts, you will see similarities between various charts. They're all over the place. Again, you need to understand there's a reason that technical analysis works, okay? Again, I'll repeat this endlessly. I'm not even a statistician at heart. I'm more of a mathematical person at heart, but I'm an actuary, okay? I believe in numbers. I love numbers because it's factual. You can't argue with me that 2 plus 2 is not 4. It's fucking 4. Now, I did see a video from some woke people out there that do believe for some reason 2 plus 2 is not 4. Don't get me started on that, though. 2 plus 2 is motherfucking 4. And I love it because it's factual. It's black and white. I love that about it. It's the same thing with TA. You can't argue with me observations that I have in the chart. It's factual. Whether the probability does pan out in the most likely direction or least likely direction, we got to see. But we can come up with this probabilistic statement about price data. And the price data is comprised of human emotions. And the human emotions that are relevant on this chart tend to play out in other crypto charts. Okay? So as we look at AOs, the one thing that I noted was if we take the approximate top to the bottom here, we came all the way up to the 0.786 fib retracement level. We were down here at a penny, and we did a 21x. We went up to 21 cents, okay? We went beyond the 0.786 fib retracement level. If we did something, I'm not telling you we're going to. I'm just drawing a similarity, guys. I'm not telling you we're going to do something similar. I'm drawing out the similarity. If we did something similar and we went up to the 0.786, we'd be hitting, and we actually went north of it. This is 12.5 cents. That's like a 24.25x from here, okay? 24.25x from here. Maybe we even hit the golden pocket here at 5.5 cents. That's still more than a 10x from here. That's an 11x, right? So the way I'm planning on playing this trade is I'm waiting for the breakout of this descending line, and the main target I'm looking for, and I can see the area of resistance here. I'll have to hone in more on specific areas and set my sell limit orders up. But anywhere between 5, really anywhere between 12.5 and 5 cents. We get a major breakout, you could see something, you could see something along those lines, right? We could see a major break up towards 5 cents to 12.5 cents. And again, you're talking about an 11 to 25x, guys, okay? So you better believe I took a swing trade play on this. Again, could this thing collapse and roll over? Absolutely, but not what I'm seeing in the chart, okay? I believe there is a much higher probability this thing's going to see a snap to the upside. So I have a position, full disclosure. And it's a decent-sized position, actually. I wouldn't call it a small position. I wouldn't call it a very large position. I would call it, it's a decent position. And you know who I have to thank for that? Hank. Thank you, my friend. And when it does work out, you will be the first to know. All right. I am going to start taking some TA questions. So let's kick this shit off. Oh, God. This is the blank chart, right? Yes. Okay. Now, I know I got some super chats here, which I'm very appreciative of. Black Oil as well as Raw. So I want to go in order of the super chats on TA questions first, and then I'll get to everybody else's questions in ascending order. Greg, want to check out Optimus. Current price is 20 cents. Optimus Prime. I am a huge Transformers fan. Cheers to that. Who was your favorite Transformer? Favorite Transformer, I got to go Optimus Prime, obviously. I mean, that's like a no-brainer. Outside of Optimus, you know what also I liked? I also like Beast Wars. Anybody here a fan of Beast Wars? I was forced to go to Sunday school. Believe me, I was forced to go to Sunday school. But when I would come home after Sunday school, on Sundays, I remember Beast Wars was on. And I would always watch that on Sundays. I always enjoyed that. My brother and I were both into that. Both into Beast Wars. Favorite Transformer outside of Optimus Prime? That's a tough one. I loved... Jesus. I loved the Dinobots, but I loved... oh, my God. Why can I not remember his name? Oh, my God. What is his name? Grimlock. The Tyrannosaurus Rex. Yes, we can take a look at Optimus, my friend. Ra, I'm glad you are getting better health-wise. Be blessed. Thank you, my friend. And one more time, since he took the opportunity to call that out, I am much better. Hopefully, I seem more like myself. I don't want to dwell on the past, but do want to focus on the positive, which is I'm better, and I will never stop feeling appreciative of the support from people who reached out to me and say very kind things like that. So thank you so much. I'm just a dude with a camera in front of him who goes live on YouTube, which is so easy to do, and just loves charting. That's all I am. So let's take a look at Optimism, I think is what you mean. Or no, you mean Optimus. You do. Isn't that for some reason I thought that there was a well, Optimus, God, that sounds stupid if I'm wrong. Optimus is an AI project from Elon Musk, and then wasn't Optimus a meme coin that was created based on that? Am I correct? Oh, we're gonna find out. Optimus, I think. Wasn't it like a meme coin that was created? Optimal environment. No, I don't really... Huh, interesting. Okay. I don't know. Clearly, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Optimus. Yes, it is. Okay, I am correct. All right. So on the weekly, it looks like... Greg, let me get to your question here. I'm babbling along. You can tell I'm in a very good mood, right? Because I'm feeling very optimistic about a few things. So to me, it just feels like the stars are aligning. You ever have that moment in life where the stars just feel like they're aligning? You know, and you're about to get a huge weight off your shoulders. And in the process of getting that huge weight off your shoulders, there's going to be a moment where you can look at someone and say, fuck you. Did you ever... Now, I don't hold resentment towards people. But there's going to be a moment. I could just feel it. There's going to be a moment where I'm going to have my opportunity to say, you know what, fuck you. See ya. Goodbye. I'm feeling it. I am just feeling it right now. Let's get back to the charts. Optimus. Okay, so... Man, this is about as good a mood as I've been in all year. Sorry, I'll stop talking about being in such a good mood. It just feels good to feel happy, you know? You go through shit in your life, and like you go through like an extended period of time where, you know, you feel like, and you know what the worst feeling is? Like, I'm such a positive person. It's one of the worst feelings to go through life and feel negative and feel pessimistic. And like, you know, that's not who you are as a person, right? But you're just going through some shit in your life, multiple things. And so you feel negative and you feel pessimistic and you battle all these... By the way, I'm drawing out areas of resistance, black oil. And you're battling all these feelings and you're like, you're going to get through this. It's just really hard to see right now. And right now I'm seeing that light at the end of the tunnel. It's not a freight train coming my way. I literally am seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. And it feels pretty fucking fantastic. Oh, God, Kyle's coming in with another super chat. What in the hell is going on today? Everybody loves my enthusiasm. Let's go! All right, with all these super chats coming in, we're not ending the live stream until we get through everything. So, several areas. So, black oil. What I've done here is I've consolidated price action. Clearly, this has a low amount of volume. So, going on a chart like for example, if we went on a 12-hour, it's just not. There's not a ton of volume. For me to feel as convicted to what I'm looking at. So I want to try to consolidate price action as much as I can, recognizing also that there's limited price data. So we're going to go to the 3-day. And yeah, I like that. So really, the main areas, I could draw another area right. Well, I guess I will, actually. Yeah, that's good. No, it's perfect, actually. So there's a lot of areas of resistance here, black oil. You can see, I'm going to round these for you. I mean, again, you got that super chat shit going on. So I'm going to make this look real cute, all right? See, guys, when you give the super chats, I don't just chart for you, but I chart extra cute, extra to perfection. 38.2, 49.9. All right, so these are going to be your main areas of resistance, Greg, all right? I mean, it's 50 cents, but we'll say 49. Now it's 50 cents. Shit, another super chat. Jesus. Ra, you must be rich, man. This is like 10. Dear God. Thank you. Appreciate it very much. Very much. Thank you so much. Okay, so these are your clear areas of resistance, Greg. We've got 24 cents, 28 cents, 34, 38.2, and 50. And again, the more we continue breaking down here, the more areas of price confluence or resistance we're going to have to the upside to battle through, right? So we want to try to find some ground here. We want to try to find some support because, again, once we find support, we got to battle through 24. We got to battle through 28. We got to battle through 34. We got to battle through 38.2 and 50 cents finally. So where are there areas of support? Well, there's an obvious area. I could draw it right there. We could wick below, but I love... Now, I want to educate you guys on something. The reason I drew it here, see how there's wicks going below here? The main emphasis is that all the candle bodies... I also want you guys to learn something from the live stream and not just pick out certain price points on a chart, okay? The reason I like this over this, okay, is for a couple different reasons. One, there are more touches when I do this. But secondly, you see how the touches... Right here, it's a candle body right on the line, right on the line, right on the line, right on the line, okay? That's telling you that while there has been volatility to the downside below that area of price confluence, candle bodies, which are the most important factor when you're looking at a chart, they've held above that area of support, okay? And you could also see there's a little bit of price confluence over here, all right? This major area of price confluence, we do not want to see a 3-day candlestick close below. It looks like 18 cents. Okay, 18 cents. So let's hold 18 cents. All right. If we lose 18 cents on a candle body closing basis, now you're talking about, somewhere down here in the neighborhood of 15 cents. Okay. So you're talking about another 20% drop to the down, almost 20% drop to the downside. Okay. So these are the areas of price confluence. In terms of, let's actually go to the lower time frames. Is there any divergence? Positive? No. No. Although the MACD is starting to get weaker, a weaker bearish signal here. It looks like it might want to try to flatten out a little bit. The thing you're going to want to watch for, Greg, here before we get off this chart, that's what I'm seeing. one of the things that's going to express strength to you in this chart is breaking out above this descending resistance. I'm not talking about a wick, my friend. You should know this. I'm talking about a candle body close that comes up into this area, right? That'll express some degree of strength. Then we have to determine, once that happens, are we going to hold some of these areas of support, or are we going to roll back over to the downside? If we roll back over to the downside, I'm a little skeptical that the 18-cent area would hold. I would be more in the camp that we'd go as low as 15 cents or lower, right? So you really need to keep an eye to see if we can get a candle body close above the descending area of resistance, which is this black line, right? And then let's turn all these red lines into green lines by staying above them on a candle body close basis and get those higher highs and higher lows coming in. But chart doesn't look bad. It looks like it's in the midst of a turnaround, personally, the way I'm looking at it. So it looks pretty good at the moment, as long as we can hold 18 cents. 18 cents is sort of my line in the sand, because if we lose it, 15 cents, and if you lose 15 cents, we'll come back and we'll rechart it, because then you could go as low as 13 or lower. Thank you for the question, Black Oil. And guys, thank you for all of the engagement, whether you're doing a super chat or you're just dropping a comment. You got to understand, if I'm coming out here every single day after work to do technical analysis, there's nothing that makes me more happy than to have the level of engagement that I'm seeing on the live stream. When there's not a lot of engagement, it makes me question how educational I'm being, and also how entertaining I am being. So thank you for the engagement, my friends. All right, so we got the Greg. Roz just being super supportive and being very kind. Thank you very much. Kyle has a super chat question as well. Orange, ORNJ, just launched, so not much to look at. Well, we'll take a look at it, my friend. Kyle, you're always the guy that comes in and waves his hand. Kyle, without giving anything away, do you mind sharing, because I don't think you have, do you mind sharing geographically where you're located? Are you located in the United States? Are you outside the United States? Are you southern, southeast, north, west? Like, where are you located at? What can you share? I'm in Pompano, or is it Pompano? Pompano? Pompano. Pompano. No, it's Pompano. Okay. Pompano Beach, Florida. Minneapolis. Interesting. You're in Minneapolis. Okay. You're in Minneapolis. Minneapolis, Minnesota. Well, you know, I was up in, I'll just say this, because if you follow me at Crypto Bull God on Instagram, you would know this. I was just up in St. Paul, Minnesota, back in, it was a long time ago. I couldn't actually believe this. I was in St. Paul, Minnesota back in August. Yeah, back in August. Interesting. Let's get back to the charts here. Oh, Kyle, I feel bad, man. This is really tough because there's like no price data on this. My friend, I can't really do anything with this chart. How about this? I mean, you gave a super chat, all right? Drop another TA question, because there's nothing I can help you with on this chart. There's just no price data, all right? There's nothing of value. I'd be lying to you if I said there's something of value I could provide you on this chart. Drop me another TA question, and I'll get to it ASAP. I'll look for your comment, my friend, okay? We'll do a mulligan. They call that a mulligan in Magic the Gathering. Anybody here used to play Magic the Gathering? You know, Mount Gox, that used to be associated with Magic the Gathering until it was sold off. I was a fan of those Killer Bees. Killer Bees, used to use those a lot. I had an all green deck, a green and white deck. Did some experimentation with a blue deck. A lot of counter spells. Reverse polarity, that was in there. Deflection. Anybody a Magic the Gathering fan? I told you guys, like, I am a nerd at heart. It's funny. I actually, especially the older you get and the more self-aware you are, I find it humorous in life. I find it very humorous in life that I am someone, and I know I'm not like most people in this way, that if you look at me from across the room, like if you're in a gym and you see me from across the room, you would assume I'm a jock and I have no brain whatsoever. Then you talk to me and you're like, what is up with this guy? And then if you're following me on Twitter and you follow me on YouTube and you didn't see me physically, you would think I'm well educated, right? So I got all these different facets to who I am. I'm hard to figure out. Very hard to figure out. All right, I'm going to work in... Jesus, Rob. What's going on, brother? Another super chat. I'm not rich, but I could use some health. In the end, will work out positively helps. And yes, 2 + 2, it's fucking 4. You could use some health? Tell me about your situation. One of the things I might do this weekend, I said I was working. I was going to be working for my YouTube content, and one of the things I may consider doing again is another podcast this weekend. And one of the things I actually wanted to talk about was a little bit of health and fitness, a little bit of a workout routine, a little bit of things I've learned in the gym, how I work out, because I've gotten a lot of questions actually on that. Whether it's DMs on Instagram, DMs on Twitter, X, posts on X, comments. But I can't tell if you're joking or being serious, but if you do need to work on your health, tune into the next podcast. I'll have something on that. You can always, the CBG podcast is meant to be an AMA and meant to be interactive, so you can certainly ask me some questions on there. Neck pain is very frequent in people, and back pain from bad posture. So it sounds like you got a hold of it. So that's really good to hear because, man, financial wealth means nothing if you're immobile, right? Like if you don't have your physical health, if you don't have your mental health and you don't have your physical health, who the hell cares if you're financially independent? You have all these finances. You can't enjoy it. And who the hell cares if you're financially independent if you have no one to enjoy it with? If you're a loner and you're single all your life and you don't have someone you love in your life, like what the hell is the point of that, So, yeah. All right, I'm falling behind on questions here. Sorry, I need to backtrack. Rob, let me just say I appreciate the support, man. You're way too kind, really. Kyle... Okay, I did see you drop render. Do you want to take a look at render? We can take a look at that. Admittedly, I forget the symbol for that. Okay. Yeah, we don't want to look at a 4-hour on that. Let's look at a weekly. All right, this is render. Ticker symbol RNDR. Of course, a similar token in the same space with a much smaller market cap is Chlor AI. I would encourage you guys to check out that chart. I do not own Render, but I do own Chlor AI, and I think there's a lot of potential there. But anyway, getting into Render. One of the things I notice... I'm looking at some nice ascending support hold there. Okay. So one of the things that I would ascertain from this chart, I love that word, ascertain. One of the things I would ascertain for this chart if I was in it, if we come down and this breaks here, it's not signaling necessarily that we'll have a massive correction or anything like that. Momentum's just beginning to run out, right? So maybe we'd come down here and just kind of level off and then continue going up, and then we'd have to redraw the line, right? So we do have an ascending line of support I would like to point out. Let's look at areas of support first. So it looks like, again, this is on a weekly. This is a higher time frame. Right about there at $3. What's up, homie? $3.57. I don't know what this mic catches or what this mic doesn't catch. There's a dog barking. $3.57. Oh, someone locked their dog up outside. I'm going to have to go upstairs and kick someone's ass. You should never lock your dog up outside. Fuck that, man. You come home, you're in a bad mood, your boss is a fucking dick, your boss is an asshole. You wish you could get him in a steel cage match and beat it. I'm sorry. I mean, if you were in a situation, you're having a rough day, right? Having a rough day. And you come home and your dog is there to greet you no matter what. You're even pissed off. Your dog, you want to know the only unconditional love you will ever get in life? Because, guys, I'm going to sidetrack real quick. I don't care how good your relationship is or how good your marriage is. Your love is conditional. If you don't think that's true, do something real bad to your wife or treat your wife real bad and you'll find out your love is conditional. But if you treat a dog bad, what does the dog do? The dog just comes right up to you, wags his tail, and just keeps licking your arm. That's fucking unconditional love. There's no love that is unconditional besides a dog. And actually, God spelled backwards is dog. Oh, shit. All right, I know. All right, areas of support. The main areas I'm looking for here, it's $2.80 and $3.57. Areas of resistance. Resistianzo. That's Spanish for resistance. Resistionazo. I'm just making up words. I don't know Spanish. I date women who speak Spanish so they can speak Spanish for me in South Florida. Come on, that's the smart thing to do. Why would I want to learn another language when I could date a beautiful woman, very beautiful woman, who speaks Spanish and can just interpret for me? Why the hell would I want to learn? Now that's time I've saved that I can chart more. Come on, guys. It's a fucking win-win. You're dating CBG. I'm dating you. I don't need to learn Spanish. I'm making Satoshis. Come on. It's a win-win. $4.64. So there's an area of resistance right around 464. It's really a zone. Now, one of the things I implore you guys to take a look at in the charts is not to consider specific areas of resistance, but rather zones of resistance, right? So a zone of resistance, I'm going to have to move this down because the wick was right there. Even though that kind of, no, I don't like that. I'm going to put it right there. $5.45. So there's really, a zone of resistance between 464 and 545. So what you have is a tug of war going on. We've had a lot of strength in the price, but what's happening is the price is coming up and it's getting rejected in this zone. And now the question is, can we break through that zone of resistance, or are we going to back test these areas of support? That is the question. I have them clearly labeled for you. Is there any bullish divergence? No, but I'll tell you what, I like the price indicators, though. This stochastic RSI looks like it's going to curl up, and it's above 20. I really like the setup on this. You can see it in my eyes. I really like the setup. Is there any bullish divergence whatsoever? A little bit. So the other thing I like to see, now one of the things you want, and I've hit on this many, many times before, guys, the smartest thing you can do as an investor is focus on the higher time frames. But if you want to get a clear indication in terms of if you could see a pop to the upside or a move to the downside, what you do is you scale back. You go from those higher time frames down to the lower time frames. Now, the reason that you do that is because that lower time frame is going to give you an insight. It's going to give you a premonition of something that could pan out on the higher time frame. Because if the lower time frame is telling you something with a higher probability and it does play out, that's going to bleed over into the higher time frame. So many times I've spoken to that. And the thing that I'm seeing right now that I really like to see, this looks like an awesome setup to me, is I am seeing bullish divergence on the daily. Okay, price is going sideways, but the strength is building. Now, not only is there a bit of bullish divergence there, but when I go all the way to the weekly, I look at these price indicators and I'm like, my God, they look good. And the stochastic RSI looks like it wants to cross. We're facing resistance right at this level here. If we get a pullback, for me personally, if I wanted to enter a position, I think I'd be a little bit more aggressive with this. I think if I was looking to establish a position, I really like the setup so much that I'd nibble a little bit right here. I wouldn't even wait, personally. Never financial advice. I wouldn't even wait. I would buy anywhere in this area. So anywhere between, I would buy a little bit right now at 457, but I would also be buying between 420 and all the way down if we get to $3. This looks like a great setup, though. I would not be surprised to see this thing pop to the upside. Now, if we do pop to the upside and we break 545, really, guys, the only other area of major resistance is going to be right up at all-time highs. And the all-time high is at, we're just going to call it $8. It's $7.94, but we're going to call it $8. Just round it, okay? So, great question, Kyle. Great question. Okay. So, there is a lot of engagement, which I'm extremely appreciative of. However, now I have to go back and see everybody's questions. I got through the super chats. Thank you so much. So now that I've gotten through the super chats, I am going to the non-super chats. Crazy. What the hell is that? Crazy. Never heard of that. Crazy frog. The fuck is this? Oh, Christ. These memes. Oof, you and your memes, my friend. Oh, wow. Yeah, man. I don't really got anything on this. I'm not even gonna... What the fuck is this thing? Well, I'm not even charting that, man. I'm not even charting that. Nah, not happening. Not happening. I got... Didn't you have an earlier question? No. Well, I'm not even charting that shit. No comment, J. Kim, on Gareth Soloway. I'll let you make your own informed decision there. Dude gets one right call, and now everyone thinks he's Crypto Jesus. He's got the hair. I mean, he's got the hair. Besides that. 120,000 by April. I think the probability of Bitcoin hitting 120,000 by April is as high as the probability of Bitcoin hitting 10,000 by April. It's not going to happen. I know you're joking around, but it's not going to happen. Shapeshift, Matthew, have you ever said... Oh, Fox. Okay. I think I actually have a saved chart for that. Because I know at one point I was charting... Okay, well, you'll see. I think when I pull this up on the blank chart, you will see that I have some saved information here. Yes. So, oh, wow, guys, look at this. We charted this way back here. Look at that. This was before I had my neck ripped open, and they took out the evil cancer. They took it out of the body. Yeah, this was way back in August, September. I was talking about this being... Look at this. So let me interpret this chart for you. So what I did was at the time of... And I clearly didn't change these areas here. Oh, so... No, let me interpret this chart for you. So someone came on here with a question on Shapeshift. Now, the point in time we were at in Shapeshift was somewhere... I know this with 99% certainty. We were up here. So it was either sometime between the 14th and 17th of August, the 17th to 20th through August, or the 29th through the 1st of September. And the reason I know that is because all of these areas here were painted as green. And what I said at that time in August, more than likely it was August, This was my golden buy zone. This was my golden buy zone between 2.6 cents and 2.2 cents. Now, as it happens, we did hit that zone. We went a little bit below. We went down to 1.9 cents. Okay. But if you were patient and you ended up buying here, let's see what would have happened. Well, now you're sitting up at 3.5 cents, 3.6 cents. We went as high as 6.4. So had you bought here, you could have tripled your trade. You could have tripled your trade, right? That is why you tune in to motherfucking CBG, right? If I got a bad call, I think I am one of the few people in this space that comes out here and says, guys, I own this. This was a bad call. Didn't do well. Sushi Swap didn't do well. Tau hasn't pulled back like I thought it would, okay? Like most likely it would, right? I come out here and I own the things that I don't get called right. But when I get a good call, you better fucking believe I'm going to call it out. You could have tripled your trade had you gotten on in here. Now, in terms of areas of support and resistance, I would only draw one other area of support right there. Okay? It's not pink. No offense against pink. Nothing wrong with pink. You can be a straight dude and still wear pink. I have pink shirts. It's all good. It's all good. You can be 100% straight and wear. Actually, it's not pink. It's salmon. I had someone at Men's Express one time. I was looking for a shirt, and I forget what the hell I said to him, but I remember he said, "Oh, I'm sorry. That's not pink. That's salmon." I was like, "Oh, okay." Anyway, do you have a size medium? So I got these areas of resistance right up here, right? And you can see what they are: 4.6 cents, 5 cents, and 5.7 cents. And we got all these areas of support. Actually, this chart is looking pretty good. It looks like it's turning around. I would draw another area of resistance clearly because we wicked up here, right around there. Looks like it's at 6.4 cents. This, to me, though, the way I'm interpreting this chart, we'll look at the price indicators. The way I'm interpreting this chart, we're getting a rounding bottom. And these rounding bottoms and low market caps, at least from my experience, they tend to be very explosive to the upside, especially when that Bitcoin dominance drops and you get your altcoin, you get a little bit of an altcoin season, right? So what I would say, the way I'm interpreting this chart in general, if you're patient, let me tell you what I'm interpreting. And I'm not telling you this is what's going to happen. I'm just interpreting for you. Okay? That is what I am interpreting in the chart in generalities. Okay? That right there. So, again, what is my new golden buy zone if I had to make a new golden buy zone? Actually, let's look at the price indicators first. Let me see here. Yeah, and this is on the 3-day. I like this. This MACD is starting to try to flatten out and get up here. RSI is at 50, which is a good neutral level. Stochastic RSI is above 20, positive cross. My buy zone, if I wanted to buy some shapeshift, never financial advice. If I wanted to buy some shapeshift, what market cap is this at right now? Look at this. It's almost 6 o'clock. I'm enjoying the live stream so much. We're going to go over 6 o'clock. Cheers, everybody. We're going past 6 o'clock. My goal on these live streams was to stop at 6 o'clock. That's a fucking hour of live streaming. I think that's enough. Fuck that. This is my Friday. And I'm going to live stream as long as I want to motherfucking live stream, as long as you people are with me. All right? Stay with me, and I will continue to live stream. Shapeshift is... Oh, wow. Jesus. 858. So this is a super low market cap. So in terms of where I could see it pulling back to, if I wanted to establish a position, it would be... right there. This would be my new golden buy zone. Okay. So anywhere between current price levels and as low as 2.6 cents. That's what I see. Thank you for the question. Appreciate it. Wait, who the hell asked that question again? Oh, this is wait, who the hell was? Oh, this is somebody new to the live stream, by the way, Matthew. Kyle, did you share where you're located at? I haven't scrolled down on the comments. I'm not sure if you caught that. I have to. We got Render, which also answered Ra's question. Well, thank you. Ra has been super chatting the hell out of me, so I'm glad I could chart something that was asked by Kyle. We got Fox. Track. Oh, I'm sorry, Track. I missed your comment. You know, I've been like fucking talking my ass off over here. Can you take a look at ACS? Oh, J. Kim, you also have a question. God, I gotta get these questions. This is how long can this live stream go? Would you guys like to have dinner with CBG? Maybe I can make some dinner here. We could have dinner together and continue charting. No, that's not something I'm considering doing. There are lines in the sand where you're like, no. And especially, let me just say this. If CBG ever gets to the point where he's got a wife and he's got a family, CBG can't be live streaming for 2 hours. CBG needs to spend a little time with the wife and the kids, all right? Or the kid. I don't know about kids. Plural, it gets me a little nervous. One kid, good to go. More than one kid, I don't know. Makes me a little nervous. ACS. And the thing is, when you reach 42 years of age, you would think you're too old, potentially. Red's for resistance, by the way, my friend, and green is for support. You would think at 42 you might start to get to a point where you're like, I don't know, you're getting a little too old to have kids. Nah. There'll be a point where I am too old to have kids, but when you're 42 and you're more physically fit than people in their 20s, no. And especially with advances in medical technology, I study a lot of different things, and you realize that you could live well past 100 years of age. 42 is not too old to have kids. Now, if CBG was approaching 45, again, I don't want to draw a line in the sand. You start getting towards 45, I might be getting to that point where it's like kids are off the table, you know. But for now, still a possibility. I might have a little CBG baby one day, you know. What am I? The crypto bull god. So that would be the crypto bull baby. Crypto bull baby, CBB. CBB and CBG. Crypto bull baby. I just came up with that right now. The crypto bull baby. All right, guys. You heard it here first. I don't even know if I'm ever going to have a kid. And I don't know that I'm ever going to get married because I would have to be married to have a child. I would not want to have a child without having a wife and feeling solid about that. But if I ever get married and if I ever have a child, you heard it here first. The condition of marriage is that the child is named CBB. Crypto Bull Baby. Crypto Bull Baby. Crypto Bull Bambino in Italian. Crypto Bull Bambino. Yes. All right, so these are the air. You can tell I'm feeling very good right now. I'm feeling high on life right now. God, much different than a couple months ago. All right, these are your areas of resistance on Access Protocol. Let me see. So there's a rather wide net of resistance. I wouldn't even call it a zone of resistance. I would call this like a net. It's pretty wide. This is 6.1 cents. This is 7.6 cents. Okay. So this is really your major zone of resistance. Now, the thing I like about this chart, this goes back to the comments that I had on AOS and that I had on Jasmine. I actually want to take a look at this. ACS. Who the hell asked this question? Trackman. Track, you're the fucking man. This looks like a great trade setup. This is ranked 407 too. I love some of these small market caps that have these really favorable setups for trades. because they tend to move really hard. So what I'm seeing right now, let me tell you in technical terms what's happening, and let me tell you in layman's terms what's happening. What's happening is we're having a waterfall here, right? Massive sell-off and probably into the ICO. And then we get a rounding bottom here. This looks like a rounding bottom to have an explosive move up. The explosive move is not done yet, in my opinion. In layman's terms is we're feeling high on life. We're fucked. We're fucked. We're fucked. We're fucked. We're fucked. We're fucked. I'm out of this shit. What the hell? I'm going to start buying in. Son of a bitch. This is a scam. And then we ride back up. And that is in layman's terms what's going on. Welcome to crypto. Yeah, even the price indicators. I'd like to see the stochastic RSI a little higher, but the MACD is starting to flatten out. This is on a 3-day. Let's look at areas of support. This is one, if I want to, again, I'm not telling you I don't know this project from Adam, all right? Ticker symbol ATOM, pun intended, Adam. I don't know this project from Adam, but if I, for me personally, just looking at it from a trade potential, I would be interested in establishing a position here if I was looking for a swing trade setup, but I want to identify the price levels that would be logical to buy at, okay? So that is what I'm going to help determine right now. We're barely holding on to support right here at 2.3 cents, okay? Oh, it's actually 0.23 cents, excuse me. And then it's really a zone, so there's another area right here at 2.2 cents or 0.22 cents. And then another area right around here at 0.2 cents. This is really the region I want to see hold, okay? This region right here between the 0.23 cents and the 0.2 cents, okay? I want to see that area hold. So long as we can continue to do that, we're getting the higher highs and higher lows, right? Well, higher lows at least. We want the higher high to come in. But this thing, especially with what I'm anticipating by March, this thing has the potential to run very, very hard. You just have to be patient and buy at sensible levels. Thank you for the question, Track. Good to hear from you. J. Kim, I actually may need to call it a wrap soon. J. Kim. Let's get to TIA. Titties and ass. Did I say that? TIA. Celestia, which I've... Holy fuck. Wow. Had to pop my ears there. Well, this is a nice stair-step function. I mean, look. If you got in TIA, ticker symbol TIA, anywhere in here, God bless you. What a move. What a move. So the question you got to ask yourself when you're looking at this strong of a chart, how strong is it today? So these are the questions we're going to answer. And this may be the last TA question for today. If it is the last TA question for today, because I feel like I'm selling a few people short and I genuinely feel bad, at some point I have to cut off the live stream so I can go make dinner. I will commit to you answering more TA questions either on Friday or Sunday when I live stream next. But let me look at this chart and see what other comments we have. When evaluating a chart like this, what I think is important is you need to take a step back and ask yourself, first you need to obviously walk away with the conclusion that there's been a tremendous amount of momentum in this. So you need to curb your emotions, okay? you need to exercise logic. And you need to ask yourself, is momentum running out here? Or is there going to be minor consolidation and we're still going to potentially see a strong move to the upside, right? Because with as strong a move as we've seen here, I hesitate to say we're going to see as strong a move moving forward in the short term. And so you really need to keep that in mind as you're analyzing this chart to determine sensible areas to buy at. Because you don't want to feed into the emotion of, oh my God, this thing ran from $2.40 up to $20. We did a 10x in no time, in a few months. I need to buy now. Maybe buying at these price levels is very logical. It's a great decision. Maybe it's not. Maybe you could wait for a 30 or 40% pullback or 20% pullback, and you could get 20, 30, 4% more of your position, which if you do the math, could make a substantial difference in the amount of money you can make on your investment, especially depending how much you're willing to put into the trade or investment. So let's first take a look at areas of support. I'm going to help answer those questions for you right now. A main region of support I would speak to would be right about there. It'd be at $11.50, all right? Might be a little above it, but that's the area, okay? You could say, oh, there's a region at $11.90, whatever. $11.50, okay? That's a major area of support. I love the structure on this chart. There are stair steps up. This looks like a stair step to heaven. It looks like Super Mario is jumping up, all right? He's just jumping up. But the extent of the increases are declining, right? So something to take note of. Another area of support, right around there, $14. We're just going to say $14.90. Keep it even. Okay, $14.90. Let me give you another area because that's a wide cast between $14.90 and $11.50. You can see. Now, why did I draw the area of support right here? You can see we wicked right down on this candlestick, which coincides with this. All these wicks, the bodies, although they slightly go through in wicks and almost bodies. So, ton of confluence right there, and that's why, guys. Look, let me illustrate this for you. I just want to make sure I'm being clear when I'm charting this stuff because I really do want you to learn things as you're walking away from this. Okay, this is at $14, right? Could someone chart this at $13.97 or $14.05? Yes, they could, but there's no difference. There's no difference between that and $14, okay? There's so much volatility in this space, especially as you begin to move down the market cap ranking list and you're in the higher however you want to say it, the lower market caps, okay? The 50 millions versus 50 million. A 50 million market cap is going to be a lot more volatile than 50 billion, okay? So, or 50 trillion, all right? So, you have to take these exact price levels with a grain of salt that we could wick below it. But these are if I was telling you where would I want to buy at personally, never financial advice. I cannot say never financial advice enough because I never want someone to come back and file a lawsuit that I was offering financial advice. Never fucking financial advice on this channel. This whole zone is my area of my golden buy zone. Anywhere between $14.90 and $11.50. Okay. Now, in terms of areas of resistance, there's an obvious area at $19 and the all-time high at approximately $20.35. All right, so make that perfect. $20.35. Other areas of resistance, there's a pretty obvious one right there. It's approximately $18. So these are your major areas of resistance. Now, if we look at the technical indicators, what can we see? MACD's just sort of, I look at this MACD, my initial inclination is, I mean, this could go either way, but it's trying to find, the MACD is trying to find its base, right? It's slowly bleeding. It's trying to find its base so it can curl back up. Again, RSI, we're creating these lower highs. You know, we need to stabilize and start to break up and invalidate the lower highs. So that's what I see on the technicals. But those are your areas of resistance and support. Again, if I was looking to personally establish a position, which I'm not at the moment, it would be between 1490 and 1150. That's what I'd be looking at. Guys, let's get to the rest of the comments. I got to wrap up soon. I'm going really late. I wanted to say whether I take one more question. And Juan, I just saw your comment. Sorry, I missed it. I have not heard of pork. I actually don't eat pork. I don't eat red meat. Fun fact about CBG, I only eat white meat. And a ton of fish and seafood, which I'm starting to get back into, thankfully. So I'm going to get to the rest of your comments here. I don't know if I'm going to take another question or not, but I did want to thank you. It's been very engaging today, and I have to say really quick, I want to emphasize this. For somebody who comes out here every day and is live streaming and, you know, it sometimes can be a lot. So I really appreciate the fact that you're so engaging. That is what makes this so fun to do. Really, I have the most fun doing this when you guys are as engaging as this. So thank you so much. Okay, MD, I'm not going to get to your question. I apologize. Bring your question back to the live stream, and I promise to chart it for you. Great. I wish I could retire off the super chats. That would be awesome. I'd fucking quit my job tomorrow. Looks like you haven't been long in Pompano. Magic is huge money sink. I don't know what you mean by that, Juan. Actually, I've been in Pompano. I've been in Pompano for a pretty long time, actually. In the general area, I should say. I've been in South Florida in the general area for a long time. Oof has questions on workouts. Oof, come back to the CBG podcast. I promise to answer your questions. I love... I think you got this from my cancer diagnosis live stream. Like when I came back and provided that information to you guys, I spoke to my greatest passion in life, which is actually fucking weight training and working out. So come to the CBG podcast and I'll answer any and all questions. Juan, that's not funny. Join the CBG podcast and let's have a conversation because you need, your personal health is just so important in life. It's just man, your physical wellness impacts so much in your life, you know? I could think of so many stories that have been shared with me. It just impacts you so much. Oof, apologies, didn't get to your TA question. Come back. I will answer it, I promise. Steve, I just spoke to Cass. You'll have to go back to the beginning of the live stream. You're cooking mahi-mahi. Evan, good to see you, my friend. You are cooking mahi-mahi. Very good. I have not had mahi-mahi in quite a bit. I need to have some. It's very good. Very good fish. You're watching on your iPad. Nice. Evan is having questions on workouts here. Ra's expressing the love, man. Appreciate you, Ra, man. I don't think there's a few of you guys that are just like super, super supportive, and Ra is one of them. Again, questions on the workout. I can feel it coming through. I will do my best to live stream the CBG podcast this weekend. Again, I'm not making any plans at the moment. Well, actually, Saturday I might have some plans. But whether it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, CBG podcast, I'll probably end up doing a second podcast this week. So we can talk some gym motivation. We can talk some workouts. We can talk all that stuff. Health, diet, things I do, don't do, maybe things I'm temporarily doing because of my diagnosis, but I wouldn't do for the long term. We could talk about all that stuff. I would love to share with you. Again, I'm an extremely humble individual. I'm very hard on myself, but at the same, however, with that being said, I also recognize, and I'm comfortable saying, those that know me know I'm an extremely humble person. Look, I couldn't be 42 and be in the shape I'm in if I wasn't doing something right. Right? Like I said to you guys before, I have never taken anything questionable or illegal. Never in my life. I've always done things the right way. So clearly, if it finally feels good to be at a place in life where I look in the mirror and feel comfortable and confident in myself. Because for the past couple months, that's not how I felt. That is not how I felt. I could not be in the shape today I'm in if I was not doing things correctly. So I can share things that I've learned along the way with you. I am 42, Evan. I know. But again, if you eat well, if you don't abuse your body, you don't smoke, you don't drink excessively, you don't take substances that I don't even know what the hell they are. People have named to me. I don't even know what the hell they are. If you treat your body well and you work out really hard, anything is capable in life. I'm a living testimony to that. I'm no one special. I'm no different from you. I've just fucking worked my ass off all my life. That's something I can say about myself. So maybe we'll make that the main point of emphasis on the CBG podcast. We'll talk about working out, motivation, all that stuff. So anyway, guys, appreciate all of the engagement. Like I said, this was a super extra long live stream today. If you haven't already, make sure you hit the thumbs up. Thank you for all the super chats. Thank you for all the TA questions and positive feedback, as well as support for myself personally. I do appreciate it. I really do. And until next time, everybody, let's all spread awareness and let's carry the education forward. Have a good morning, afternoon, or evening wherever you're at. DT, I hope you're out there somewhere. I didn't hear from you. All right, take care, everybody.